Welcome to the Swedish Gaming Dudes. My name is Johan.
I am John.
I'm Justin.
And I'm Elin, so I guess I'm a gaming gal then.
Yeah, welcome. our first gaming gal. Welcome.
Welcome.
welcome. And today we're going to talk about a gaming series that has been very important to us in our journey, Final Fantasy. But before that, what are you guys playing right now, John?
Yeah, I was recently finishing the game The Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap.
Classic.
Or is it Minish Cap? I don't really know, but I believe it's Minish.
I think it's Minish.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was an amazing game, and I was just blown away. Like, this is a collaboration with Capcom? That's amazing. And a Game Boy Advance game played on the GameCube, so it was just like a lot more better. Yeah. I love the experience. Great game. I definitely do recommend it.
Yeah, I like it too. It's a classic. A classic. Yeah. Justin, what are we playing?
New World of Warcraft expansion.
Oh,
War Within.
Cool.
Back in the heroine of video games, World of Warcraft.
That's hardcore. I'm actually still playing Final Fantasy Rebirth combined with the last DLC for Final Fantasy 16.
Oh, nice. Are you close to finishing Rebirth now?
Oh, yes, but I want platinum.
Oh, you're going for the platinum. Before you arrived, we complained about how hard it is to get the platinum in that game.
I know. I started in March, so...
Okay. Give it a couple of years, then you really... Yeah. Myself, I've been playing this week. We got an excellent Castlevania collection for PS5 and Switch. The DS collection, all those games that came to Nintendo DS. Lots of good Castlevania games too. Excellent HD remaster. So, yeah.
Nice. How many games are there in that collection?
Three. But you get a bonus, actually, because there was an arcade version of Castlevania called Haunted House. And it's horrible. But they made a remake of that with new graphics and remake soundtracks. So now it's playable and actually good. So you get like 4 games when you get that. Yeah.
That's nice.
So yeah, good game series, speaking of that.
And are you looking forward to any releases this year?
Oh, the biggest right now, I would say, is Silent Hill 2, the remake of that, because that's, like, Silent Hill 2 is one of the best games I've ever played, like, the horror game, and I'm really looking forward to that, remastered or remade. It's remade by Blooper Team, I know, who made it from the foundation up again, with new graphics. And some people have complained about the design choices for the characters, but I think it looks great. So yeah, really looking forward to it. Okay, so Final Fantasy, it's a huge series, so many different games, different consoles. Yeah. And Elin, you're a special guest today here as Final Fantasy expert in a way. What was your first journey with Final Fantasy, the first game?
Final Fantasy VII, the original, that was my gateway drug to gaming. And I actually played it on PC. I played 7 and 8 on PC. I never had a PlayStation 1.
Oh.
So, yeah.
That's hardcore.
That's hardcore.
Yeah. John, for you, what was your first Final Fantasy?
I got a little bit of an odd answer, because I wish that I could have said like Final Fantasy VII is my go-to, like the first one I've ever played, but no. It is Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core on the PSP.
Core.
That was the first one. It is a prologue to my defense.
Yeah. John, get out, go home. No. Yeah, but that has been re-released. Was it a couple of years ago? A new remaster of Crisis Core.
Yeah, I believe it was just sometime, 2 years, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's essentially the same game. I was hoping for some kind of a remaster treatment to that game, because the original was... it was a lot more, should I say, stiff and uptight. And it just felt like it's not really fluid when it comes to the transition between just, walking around and traversing the environment and then getting to an encounter with an enemy. But it's like, okay, now there's a little bit of an animation where he draws his sword, and I believe there's a robotic female voice that just goes like, fighting start or something like that. Just 1 or 2 words. It just feels like, come on, just... get on with it already. Like Final Fantasy VII Remake, he just pulls the sword, no voice and whatnot, and they're at it.
Except if you're playing Rebirth and you hear Chadley like 99% of the gaming time, the Android character.
I did forget about him.
Justin, what was your first Final
Also
Fantasy game?
Final Fantasy 7.
7, yeah.
Not Crisis Core.
No, okay, good.
Played
Yeah.
it good.
For you.
Yeah, on PlayStation? Or?
PlayStation, yes.
Yeah.
Well, my older brother's friend, I was visiting him, and he had Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9. And I said, well, 7 must be first of those. I have to play that to understand the story of 8 and 9. My sweet summer child.
I think 7 was the first, as you say, gateway drug for most of us. Like seeing that game, I was like 13 or 14 years old or something. Just seeing that graphics and those pre-rendered cutscenes and the story, like the memorable characters and everything. Yeah, it was the same for me. I knew about Final Fantasy games before. I used to have this Swedish game magazine, Super Play, or
I
what it was
remember that
called.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also like pictures of like Final Fantasy 6 for SNES. Like, oh, it looked so cool, but it wasn't released here in Sweden. At least you have to import it to be able to play it. But it looked so cool with the graphics and the music, and like, wow, I really want that. But no, I wasn't able to get it. But for Final Fantasy 7 for PlayStation, that was this big release over the world and in Europe. So yeah, that was incredible. And I get it's still the favorite of many. Now we have the remakes and everything. So yeah, 7 for me first also. Yeah.
All right. So now we get to think of like 7 is definitely my absolute favorite game of the series, all series within Final Fantasy universe. And it just feels like I'm just thinking about those things. What would you mention being like a few couple of factors being what makes out to be, what makes the game as good as it is? Like, would you say like typically the turn-based strategy kind of thing? Is it the music, the controls, the story? What are the best things regarding the game that makes it better than the others?
Yeah, that's all.
No, it's so well-rounded.
Yeah.
With both the music is amazing. It's one of the best Final Fantasy soundtracks.
Yeah.
The materia system, magic system, I love it. And the, as you say, the tactics of the turn-based, because that's very common in the Final Fantasy game. You know that now, but you didn't know when you just played Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, true. And was it
So
like that? I'm sorry I interrupted you. Do I remember it correctly that in number 7 it was turn-based, but you were a little bit time pressure to make a choice before the timer run out?
I think you can change that.
Yeah, I think you can change it.
Oh yeah, I didn't look into those settings.
Most people don't look into that. For you, Elin, what do you say?
For me, it was the characters. They were so captivating, and the fact that your favorite character dies mid-game. I cried. I literally cried. But also the entire plot line with the Avalanche, the eco-terrorists,
Yeah.
It was such a brave game.
Yeah.
And sure, with the music, the battle system, everything in hindsight, yes. But for me, it was the storyline and the characters and the plot and how it all came together. And it was like reading a book.
Yeah.
But you were active.
Yeah. I would say the same there also with the story and the character, just the visuals, like this image of Cloud with his sword standing in front of the reactor. It's like burned into my mind forever. You saw it all over when it was released, and as you say, with the characters, you get this like bond with everyone, and we have one of the all-time classic villains, Sephiroth, of course. That's also a very important good villain to have. And yeah, the storytelling and this epic journey over 3 discs, it was huge, and so many like hidden quests and like these Ultima weapons and everything. It has such a rich world, and it's super cool.
And the side quests, I spent so many hours breeding chocobos.
Oh.
Yeah, and you can use them to find this hidden materia and Knights of the Round materia and all that stuff.
And also you had missable characters. That was
that's true. That's
that
true.
was scary.
Yeah. Yuffie and Vincent you can miss also. Yeah, that's true. You came from 7 and then you go up to number 8. Was it just, okay, I have to have the next game also? You're into that sort of feel for it.
Definitely.
But I always try to do something different, like completely rebuilding a world, basically, going forward. So did any game after 7 hit as hard, or was it just 7 that
Oh, I would say 13-3.
13th, yeah.
The end of the world. And 16. 16 is my all-time favorite.
I love 16.
The thing is,
So good.
16 is amazing.
the thing is, I prefer traditional Japanese RPGs, and 16 is more of an action RPG. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
loved 16.
Yeah.
Everything about it.
Yeah, I love the story. It's like the developers, we've seen Game of Thrones. Can we mix that with Final Fantasy? And also Devil May Cry. And just have this epic story, like Clive, the main character. And not to spoil anything, but it takes some turns, the story, and it dares to do a lot of things with the characters. Super cool world building as well.
Usually the characters, I mean, the main heroes, they're between 15 and 22, I
Yeah,
think. And then
yeah.
you have Clive, who's this tired, moody, broody 35-year-old, and he's sarcastic and he's tired of life. And
Yeah.
it's also such a brave game because you have so many queer characters.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really enjoyed, as you say, following a character through his aging and how he develops in that way. It's a very good character building in that game.
And then he's not a hero, he's an anti-hero. He
Yeah.
doesn't want to be there. He's like,
Yeah.
he's resistant all the time.
Yeah. I think he's annoyed from all the side quests in that game also. Like,
Probably.
My gardener needs some dirt. Okay, I'll go get some dirt for you. Something like
You
that.
have to work as a waiter. For
Yeah, that
20
too.
minutes.
That too.
Wow.
But no, I really loved 16 as well. What about you guys? Besides 7, do you have any favorites?
I gotta agree with 16 being like a super great one. I
Yeah.
was completely just blown away with that. I did try, even way before I played the original of Final Fantasy VII, because I played that back in 2019 the first time. But I remember Final Fantasy 13 as it was a new game. I played it on the PS3, and I really felt like I got a lot of these friends who love these kinds of games from Final Fantasy, and I just wanted to understand why and connect with those kinds of games. So I tried out 13. I played it. I never connected with it, but I really played it for a long time, many hours, and it was, I loved the graphics, and that kept me going.
Yeah, it was very, I think, still very impressive graphics for the time. Yeah,
Pretty much, yeah. And I just remember it pretty much just wore me out, pretty much got me to the point where I was feeling like, no, it's just too linear in a bad way. I can appreciate linear. But in this case, it was just like, okay, you're just walking along this line and go for the enemy, and then you have the next one after that, and then I don't even remember if there was a skill tree or not. But yeah.
I think they had some sort of with crystals or something, like, I think so. But yeah, it was basically going, like walking in a corridor simulator, pressing X, for a large part of the game. At least.
Yeah. That's too bad.
Yeah. Justin, how about you?
10. Final Fantasy 10 will always be the best Final Fantasy to me.
Yeah, that's your favorite.
With 9 and 16 as close seconds.
And Seymour is also kind of a badass boss.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
He has so many layers, and he's
Colorful character, yeah. And 10 for me also really hit hard. Like, I love the story, like this very spiritual story in a way about life and death, and it is that calamity called sin, like the symbolics of everything. It was so cool, and I love the Nomura's like character design, with the clothes and everything, and also Nobumatsu's music was great in it, and very emotional story. I played X2 afterward, but I sort of liked how the original ended, the sort of sad open ending in a way. It really hit me hard. My grandfather
Did
actually...
you replay it for the alternative ending?
Yeah, I did for if you mean the second one. Yeah, to get the happy ending. But for me, the original will still stick with me because my grandfather passed away pretty close to when I was playing that, and it's very about remembering those that has passed on in the story in a way. So it hit hard, that ending. And I like the turn-based combat in that you have plenty of time to prepare, and this like sphere grid when you're upgrading your character. It's a little bit more than just having XP, it's something more to do. So I enjoyed that, and that seemed to have carried over to 16, by the way, when you're expanding your skills and everything. So 10 is really good. 10 is really good. But did you play like the older ones, like for example the number 6? Have you played that? Anyone? No?
I have in my adult life. I have.
Yeah.
They're really, really good. You don't.
Yeah.
It's hard to. I think it's hard to compare 1 to 6 with 7 and on, since there's such a huge leap in especially graphics.
Yeah.
Which is the 1 to 6 is easier to play through today because it's easier to accept that kind of the 8-bit, 16-bit graphic than the polygons of Final Fantasy VII, the original. It somehow is easier on the eyes.
I agree.
One of my favorites part of that is in number 8 when Squall is at this party and it's called Juna. Yeah, she comes forward to him and says, "Oh, you're the best looking guy here at the party." And the graphics is so bad with the polygons, he looks like a freak or something. He's standing in the corner. So some parts haven't aged that well, but yeah, no, I completely agree to say that.
And before people go bananas in the comments, it's Rinoa. Juna is from Final Fantasy X.
Sorry. It's very warm here in Sweden.
Sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Keyboard warriors, relax.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
That actually pretty much reminds me that the old Final Fantasy game that you played, was it one of these pixel remasters where it's, more clear visuals, or was it one of the old ones with, a crappy picture quality?
Yeah, 6 I think I played on a SNES emulator. Years back. I started playing the pixel remasters a while back. I've gotten through Final Fantasy 1 and partway into Final Fantasy 2, and then other games happened.
Yeah.
Like one of the biggest things for me with Final Fantasy, besides the story and characters, but it's also the music, Nobuo Matsu's music. And for me, I think number 6 will always be my favorite there. I mean, it's such a great, and as you said, with this pixel remaster, they have re-recorded the soundtrack with instruments, and it sounds exactly like it should sound, And I remember as a kid reading about this 6 in the paper, like, oh, there's an opera in the middle. But what opera? Like, what's this? And if you hear it in the original, it's sort of like MIDI, like like that. It's, okay, opera like that. But now they have re-recorded it like a real. But like 6 has such a good music, 7 as you mentioned. So do you have any favorite soundtrack? I mean, do you have some favorite soundtrack?
For me, it's 16. But
16,
to be fair, I just before I started playing it, I bought this Sonos surround system.
Oh,
it really made it justice. You were immersed in the gameplay.
Yeah.
But the 16, the music was just so spellbinding.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I love this operatic themes for the boss battles. It feels so epic, everything you do. It's so cool.
But I mean, the classic song is One Winged Angel.
That's
it's the one that comes to mind when you think about Final Fantasy.
Yeah. How many games have the final boss have a choir chanting his name? Like this epic battle at the end. I've been to a lot of Final Fantasy concerts. And 20 years ago, I was with a friend in Stockholm. We actually heard that live with Nobuo Uematsu performing it live with the choir and everything. And it was the whole room was full of fans. They went nuts. And they showed a video from the game, but also the movie Advent Children with Sephiroth and the battles and everything like that. But the music is so meaningful in every part of the storytelling. And John, how about you? You're not into music as well.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking, number 7 definitely has, a lot of good music, such as the number 16 that I've played. And when it comes to the favorite song within the series, has to be the title theme. I love that one.
Classic.
The piano section. And also, I do believe it's called from number 7 as well, Those Who Fight, as you battle a casual enemy, a non-boss, if you will. And I don't remember much from number 16 about the music, but I do remember it was truly immersive, as you said, and so that was just amazing hearing that. And I do really felt like the gameplay was elevated through the music a lot. And I have finished number 1, the Pixel Remaster. I don't remember much of the music, so I guess that was forgettable. But definitely, I love the Final Fantasy music. It's definitely immersive, and it helps the storytelling, helps the entire spirit. It's just so good.
Yeah. Justin, do you have a favorite song?
I agree with 16.
16.
Really orchestrated, how would you say?
Yeah,
orchestrated.
Orchestrated, yeah.
And of course Final Fantasy X to me, since I'm in love with that game. The To Samarkand, the ballad theme, hits so hard every time you hear it.
I had that for years as my waking alarm to Samarkand. That theme.
Same.
Lots of Final Fantasy music as my waking alarm. So many tracks to choose from, but my favorite has almost always been from 6, actually, Terra's theme, the main character, like this. When you're on the world map, you have almost like this march with the drums, and then you have the flute coming in, just playing her theme softly in a way. I mean, it's one of the best things I've heard in my life generally, not just in video games. And 6 also have, like, as I said, opera. I also heard that live at that concert with, opera singers. It was incredible. And I also like the villain in the 6th one, Kefka, this mad clown. Also a great music theme for him, just mad, basically. So many. It's hard to choose a favorite, I think.
There's too many good songs.
What is the worst Final Fantasy you've played?
It's a tie between 8 and 13-2. I'm going to explain. So 8 was a huge disappointment. I also played that one on PC. After 7 you came to 8, and I was struggling so much with this card game.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't understand why, because I loved Queen's Blood in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I loved Queen's Blood, but in 8 it was just a bit of a faff, to be honest. And then 13-2, because I loved 13, and then 13-2 came with the timeline that was constantly changing, and it was so difficult to predict how your actions would affect the future, and you have to travel back and forth. And, But it was worth playing it because of the arc with Lightning becoming this goddess in the end.
Super cool.
But those two are my...
John, how about you?
I haven't played that many, but this far I'm definitely agreeing with the 8. And the major reason why I'm picking that one has to be because of the junction system, and also that while I do really appreciate that they wanted to change things around and things like as you level as the main protagonist, the enemies level with you. So I did not really listen to that part at the beginning, so I leveled up to level 100, and the game became almost impossible.
So they punish you for leveling up.
Exactly. And then I'm thinking Crisis Core definitely just felt like a cash grab. It was not a good game as a whole. So that's pretty much what I got. I do remember I had this game that's pretty much from a different kind of series within Final Fantasy, and it's the one called Type 0.
Type 0?
Yeah.
It is on PS4, for instance, an HD version, but it seems like there are 20 available, was it? Like these summons or whatever it was. It was something that was just a lot more of this specific kind of thing in that game that just made it a huge turnoff. I've heard from people.
Okay.
I haven't played it, but it doesn't really seem to be a good game, so I'm pretty much
That's what I've heard too. So I've never felt the need to play it after hearing people talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
Justin, do you have a worst
Well, one of my close friends will hate me for saying it, but I agree with 8. That was an 8 and 12. 8, partly because, as you say, John, you get punished for leveling up. And you can finish it as level 1, since the boss fights doesn't give you experience. So just flee from everything, and you can it's a cakewalk through all the bosses. And the junction system that punishes you for using magic.
Yes.
Which is just really weird, because I have all this good magic, but if I use it, I will lower my stats. And 12, because played the original on release, and the characters are so flat. There's like no depth in the characters. Looks like you don't agree with me.
The thing is, I love 12, but I had a problem with the random weapons, that if you open a chest too early, you can never get the best weapon, and then you
had
no information. You had no idea that you were clueless, and then you ruin the rest of the game on disc 1. It's like but I don't agree regarding the characters. I thought they had depth. Especially the non-humans.
Okay, for me, I would also say 8. Actually, yeah, I just found it so tedious to this, like with magic, just drawing magic from enemies all the time, and it takes so long to beat. I've beaten it once, and will never do it again, basically. So I didn't like the battle system for everything, and 12 for me in a way also, but I also played that just once, but I had to cheat to actually complete it because I got the soft block. I was under level and I got to a boss that I couldn't beat, so I was stuck and I'm not starting over like 20 hours back again just to like advance. So I bought this action replay, like a cheat machine, just to beat it. So yeah, I've experienced the story, but I like the character designs and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's very important, like with Final Fantasy, how you're introduced to that world, that setting. Like for 10 example, this Tidus, and you get sent into this world, Spira, and you're a stranger, and yourself as a player is a stranger. And I think that's very important, how you are introduced, or like 7, you're a Cloud, like this Avalanche group, and you're in this mission, right in the middle of it from the beginning. But it's so important how you get introduced to it, and I never got into 12, a little bit like you say, with the story, it didn't resonate with me, and yeah.
I see.
Well, I think 10 did a good job because they gave it to the old man that you meet in the start of every zone, the elder monk guy.
I've forgotten.
That tells you about the backstory of this in the Calm Lands. It tells you about this battle for sin that took place here.
Yeah, it's sort of a guide in that world.
He guides you little by little. Instead of like in 13. I haven't played 13, 2, and 3, but...
Don't play 2.
Yeah, I won't.
Skip it.
They always, in 13, they always reference this dictionary thing. So if you wanted to understand what different things was, okay, then I have to open the menu, find it in the dictionary, read it. Okay, then it takes 2 minutes. So now I have to look up this in the dictionary. So... I think it's a cool world. I like the idea of 13, but I agree with John that it was pretty linear, and give me the world building naturally when I play. Don't make me read a book while I'm playing to get the full experience.
How was your experience? We talk about 8 a lot, but then we get into 9, and 9 went back to basics in a way. How did you feel the first time playing that after 8? Was it like, oh, now we're back on track, or was it too far away with the more cartoonish style? Or
I hated it.
You hated it?
I hated it at first.
I loved it. It was dark, and you were also kept in the dark regarding the origin of one of the main characters for so long. And it raised all these philosophical questions about what is life. They're actually quite relevant now with artificial intelligence.
Vivi was one of the best characters in the series, I think. She's very...
Such a tragic storyline, because as I said, I hated it first when I played it. I replayed it a few years ago, and now it's in my top 5.
I need to finish it then.
Yeah, it's really... And the Vivi story really it hits you where it hurts.
It's dark and sad, and it's cute at the same time with the graphics, but the story is so dark and sad.
Yeah, that's a cool combination, I think. Yeah. Has anyone been playing like the online games, those that are completely online?
Neither one of them. What is it, like 11 and 14?
I think, yeah.
I started both, gave up. I'm not into online gaming.
No. And the world of Final Fantasy, it wasn't enough to keep you going. No.
Well, I played some 14. Yeah. And it's really, really looks amazing. But I didn't play it for long enough to give it a verdict. So I played to level 15 maybe. So I was just scratching the surface, but it looks amazing. And there's probably a reason why it's so popular as it is. It probably has a good storyline, but I didn't get that far into the story. Sure. I like that they basically redid it. That's why it's called Final Fantasy XIV Reborn.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a Realm Reborn.
A Realm Reborn.
That's true.
Because they release it and then realize this game sucks. Let's just redo everything. We redo the whole game. And it's a Realm Reborn.
Oh yeah, I see. I've actually got one interesting question here.
Yeah.
Regarding Final Fantasy, I get the impression, without having played all of them, but some, that it started off being turn-based, and with 16 and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Remake being real-time fighting. Do you prefer any one of those, or do you feel like it's more like Final Fantasy should be one of them?
No, I like the variation. I like that it's constantly developing. You never know what to expect when you buy a new Final Fantasy game. So
Nice.
The same, I agree.
Yeah.
I think it fits for the games that they have used turn-based. It fits those games, and where they have used real-time action fighting, it works with those games. I think Final Fantasy 16 would have been a very different game with the turn-based combat.
Yeah.
So I think it always fits the game that they have made the combat system for.
Yeah.
That's true. It would be cool. I mean, at the same time that if Square Enix today, do a Final Fantasy in that sort of retro style again, like maybe a little bit short, a little bit more old school graphic, but going back to the roots and what they could do today, and not be afraid to go into that turn-based combat again, because I feel like they're a little bit too now with action games today, like more. We have more action, more. But as you say, I prefer. But I like the evolution of it in a way, and like it's not that grind-heavy like the old ones. I like it's more like a smoother experience today than before. Also, just enjoying the story. But it would be cool to have like this sort of old school graphics. I know they talked about that with 16 to release it as a project, like with 16-bit graphics or something like that. I haven't seen anything about it afterwards, but yeah.
Oh.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. Yeah, go back
it.
to roots.
But you had a bit of that in the DLC, the Yuffie DLC for Final Fantasy VII Remake with the Fort Condor.
Fort Condor, yeah.
That was addictive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I like that in Rebirth as well, that they included those Condor parts, and the characters look like the blocky style, but in better graphics anyway. But it's such a nice touch there, looking at themselves. Oh, look at me, like these old graphics, like. It pays homage to the old style as well. That's very cool.
But there's one game you have been avoiding.
Oh,
15.
is it?
I was
Let's talk about the boy band.
Yes, let's talk about the boy band.
Bachelor party gone wrong.
Yeah. I did actually finish that game once. Just the main story. Then I quit.
I actually think I have platinum on it.
Oh,
Platinum on a Final Fantasy game? Man.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's one of the few games I didn't aim for platinum.
Yeah.
Because you had this like side quest with a cave, and you couldn't save inside the cave, and suddenly it turned into this speed run event, and you had to speed run for like 4 hours. You weren't allowed to make a single mistake, and you couldn't save.
Oh my god!
And
you finished that?
Yeah, I love dungeon crawling games, so that was right up my alley. I loved it. But there's also, I found out that you could cheat through some of the mechanics.
There were shortcuts. So.
Yeah, because you had Prompto, the blonde guy, his camera ability. If you trigger that right before, say, a Tonberry's special attack, the attack will just go away. It won't hit you because you are busy taking a photo. So him hitting you with a laser sword doesn't count. So you can half cheese through some of the encounters.
Okay.
I think that's probably saved me.
Yeah, so you haven't really platinumed it, not really. Like in a real
I used the resources that was given to me.
Yeah, that's true. If it's in game, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. No, I have homework to do because I've actually never played 15. That's the one I got away. I've never played that one. But,
I like it, especially if you play the DLC, because you get a lot of information about the background.
Yeah. But it has, does it have like that sort of, because as you say, it's the boy band one. You see this, like they're driving in their car and stuff like that. But does it reconnect to the series in a way like this epic fantasy story or?
No,
it doesn't.
And the main character is like a prince. He's a spoiled brat.
Okay,
With his
okay.
lifeguards, so meant to be cool, but they're really awkward. But the thing is, I had a massive problem with the car. I want to ride Chocobo. I don't want to drive a car.
No.
But I didn't have a problem with the car in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The car was okay.
Yeah.
Like in 15, the car was just annoying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that I remember that about the car. You could either just press a button and navigate these roads yourself, or if it was like if you had a destination that you assigned early on, that you chose early on for the ride, then you could just press a button and it would auto drive to that place.
Yeah.
And if I'm like, well, fast travel?
Yeah.
Did they implement that?
Yeah. They did, I think.
No, it's actually don't
In
think that.
15.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure you could fast travel.
I hope so. How else would you like sit there? It's like, okay, we got a half-hour ride in real life from
You
this
can.
town to that town.
There's the best use of the car. This is one of those. I was using the means given to me. There's two skills that you can get. One that gives you experience and one that gives you AP for driving the car. And then you take a rubber band and just stick it to the trigger. That
And
is
that's
the
how you get
accelerator.
platinum.
Exactly.
So you didn't really get it. You did like. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
As I said, I use the tools that are in the toolbox they give me.
But of all the Final Fantasy games I've played, I think 15 is like the smallest one if you look at the world, because the world is so limited in 15. You can basically drive everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's a short game.
It's a short game.
And the story is so. It's very. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a trope, overused trope.
So sad.
Except for the dungeon crawling then.
That's the best part about the game, to be honest, to me.
Yeah.
Didn't you need to get gas to the car? Couldn't run out of gas and you just get stuck somewhere?
I do not remember
unless
that.
you get the upgraded engine
okay.
that has unlimited gas.
Okay.
And you spend so much time cooking dinner.
I have come up with a new recipe.
Oh man! While we're on the track of Final Fantasy 15 in particular, I remembered because I have only seen this on YouTube about the typical bosses, non-mandatory bosses that is very hard to beat because it's either time-consuming or just they're overpowered. And there's this. Have you heard about this giant tortoise, whatever it is,
Yeah,
mountain
I've
like?
seen that.
Yeah.
I haven't played the game, but I've seen that.
Yeah.
It takes like hours to beat or something.
Yeah. Have any of you guys beaten like any of those non-mandatory bosses from any of those games? Like the 15th maybe.
Yeah, like you mean in every Final Fantasy game?
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. At all. I haven't finished even one.
I've beaten those in number 7, the weapons, like Emerald weapon and Ruby weapon, like those hidden bosses there. Yeah, I think that's all, basically, yeah.
Yeah, there were like 3 of them, right? Was it? Like
I have
Emerald-
Ultima weapon also, yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so yeah.
But he's easier because he runs away and he still gets injured, so you can just follow him and then kill him. So you can
Nice.
So I'm a collector. I love side quests. So if it's non-mandatory, I'm still going to do it. But the one in 15, no, I didn't.
The Adamantoise.
Yeah.
It was
Just stay behind its right front leg, and it will barely hit you. I have cheesed so
Thanks
much
for
in
the
this game.
Justin, you have to make like a YouTube series of how to cheese Final Fantasy 15. Just all these tips and strategies, like
Lazy Gamer's Guide.
easy gamer's guide.
I think I've taken all the ones in Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, and 10, the optional bosses.
Okay.
But it's mostly about preparation. Know what you are doing, have the right equipment. Most of them get easy-ish. Prepare, know what you are getting into, know what you are going to face. Such as in 7, the Emerald weapon.
Yeah.
He will do an attack that hits you for 1,111 points of damage for each materia you have equipped. So if you max out your hit points to 9,999 and equip 2 materias, you will hit 7,777 hit points, which makes the character do like a special hidden ultimate attack. So you can just shave off a large chunk of its hit points. As I say, I use the tools that are given to me.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
So before the rise of internet, Square Enix used to publish these booklets with information about the games, and I remember buying it for 12. Have you ever used any of those?
I mean, like strategy guide,
Yeah.
in a way. Yeah.
Before you could Google the solution, you could buy the book.
I don't think I bought, but my friends bought for 7. I remember it had a really good unofficial guide with every enemy in every area and what to look for and the enemy skills and all that. And I think they bought for every game. Yeah, I haven't used them otherwise. No. But it was part of the experience as well. I mean, we knew what your tactics are. But did you have
Rubber band.
Rubber band way before? Did you use guides?
For X2, I
X2,
did.
yeah.
And I think as the same a friend had for Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I've used it for any of the other games.
No?
Don't think so.
I remember them being very beautiful, like the artwork.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also for 12 it was necessary because it helps you avoid all those stupid mistakes.
Yeah. And all the costumes unlocking and stuff. Yeah. John, you're not a guide player?
Well, the thing is, I do use guides pretty much a lot, depending on the game, of course. But when it comes to Final Fantasy, I haven't used any of their official physical booklets, guides, or whatever. But I have used booklets like that for Pokemon X and Y.
Nice stuff.
It's like, you have that chart weakness and what it's resistant to, and those kinds of things. So it's within the genre at least.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I agree what you say, Elin, that it's very beautiful crafted books, and Final Fantasy has this great, Nomura, his style with designing characters and clothing, and gorgeous. Especially love Lulu from 10 with the dress and all the belts in the it's so cool. It's such a cool design. Yeah. Do you have if you're going to choose one, a favorite main character in the series, that this one is the one that I am more connected with or prefer, story-wise?
I'm thinking...
Yeah.
It feels a little bit boring, but it might be actually Cloud.
Cloud, yeah.
But I'm thinking, it's definitely not the person that he got the sword from, because that guy just felt like, he's just too much.
Zack, you mean?
Exactly, from Crisis Core.
Yeah.
Definitely not Angeal, which was his mentor.
Yeah.
But I guess it's Cloud.
I guess it's Cloud.
For me, it's Sid from 16.
Sid from 16.
Also, best voice actor of all Final Fantasy games.
Yeah,
definitely.
He's really good. What's his face? But you see in a lot of movies nowadays as well. He's such a good, deep, vibrant voice. It's almost unnatural in a way. That deep bass, and he played it so well. Sid.
And Sid was so thirsty, and the way he was flirting with Clive, and you had this tension, and that Sid was bisexual. He was never awkward or uncomfortable.
No.
So his background was also kind of depressing and dark, and he had a tragic fate.
Yeah. Oh, it's hard to choose. I really, like you said, Cloud is this obvious because it's that first connection. But I must say, with 16, I really liked Clive. Really, also the voice acting, top notch. But as we mentioned before, just following his life story in a way, the journey he goes through, and not spoiling the ending, but I really liked the ending. Was so very intense, very emotional. So I just liked his journey, and for once, they always have amnesia in one way or another, the main characters, but not so heavily on him. Some parts, but more this character getting it more a leader and going from this broken guy he is in the beginning, and such a cool story, I think.
It really rises to the occasion.
Yeah.
It realizes I have to do this, no matter what I want.
And always there for...
I have to work as a waiter.
Yeah, I have to do this. I have to collect this manure for my gardener. Just here, just take it. No, but it was really enjoyed it. Justin, do you have a favorite?
I don't know what to identify with, but my favorite, of course, is Titus.
Because
I love his character development.
You really like 10.
Yes, I do. I actually have a tattoo.
Oh, Justin has a tattoo from 10. Cool.
So yes, I really do.
Yeah.
I love his development from this cocky jock boy to this guardian that actually realizes he cares about Yuna, and the scene, now it's spoilers for a 20-plus-year-old game, when he finds out that Yuna is gonna die at the end of her pilgrimage. That scene is very pivotal in the game and his character development, and I'm very sad. I tear up every time, even though I know it's coming. I still tear up when it's time for that damn scene. I love Titus is without a doubt my favorite main character.
Do you enjoy his laughter? The laughing sequence when they're laughing with Yuna?
It's so amazing. It's beautiful. It's poetry, that scene.
Yeah, absolutely. I had that as an alarm also from my phone once with the laughing. But that was big for 10 because it was the first voice acting also for the series. Yeah.
But speaking about voice acting, what did you think about the voice actors for Remake and Rebirth?
Ooh, I think they're generally very, very good. I mean, I think they're really good. Every character feels because when you were playing the old games, you had this. Try to imagine how they were sounding in real life, and I think that's very close to, how you imagine that. I think it's very good voice acting all over. Yeah,
well casted.
Yeah.
I had some problems with the vocabulary, Cloud calling Sephiroth bitch. That felt not natural at all. It doesn't feel like something Cloud would say. And then Yuffie with her constant "let's go to town," which is a metaphor for having sex. This doesn't fit.
Sort of lost in translation, maybe there.
But I came from 16, played Rebirth, and I miss the voice actors from 16.
I had no idea about that because I have actually played Remake and Rebirth in Japanese with English subtitles, and I just figured it's kind of anime-like, and the voices really fit the characters. It really feels like. But they didn't have any of those translations in Japanese with Yuffie and the others. It was I just thought of a different subject, if I may. Did everyone answer that question, by the way?
Think so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, good. Regarding Final Fantasy Rebirth, this little date occasion on the Golden Saucer, who was your date?
Oh, Aerith was my date.
Me too.
I think so. I wanted Barrett because
I got Barrett.
You did.
Good, John. Good.
Yeah. It was just so awkward. Okay, not awkward. It was just kind of funny because it feels like when you go with Aerith, I get the impression that both of you guys know that it's a date. But when you have Barrett as your date, he tells you how to go on a good date, so he doesn't know about you're actually dating him.
Interesting. I really, enjoyed that date with Aerith. All the character moments in the remake. In general, have you been enjoying the remakes? Do you think they may do justice to the original? Because we all say it made this impact on us. I think they've been really, really good, both the first and the second. Maybe not perfect. I mean, they've been trying to, not spoil anything here, but they're into, as you say, with different universes, different branching storylines, and I don't think the game needs that. I think it gets a bit too complicated, but in a way, the game stands almost like sequels to the original. That it still exists, the original, and this is a sequel to it, and that's a cool approach, I think. Have your overall experience been positive to the remakes?
Overall, yes.
Yeah.
It's I like that they have changed some things because so it's just not a page-for-page adaptation Because because now you don't really know which direction they will take the game. Even you think the general direction, don't think they can change certain pivotal moments in it. But the road to those moments, or I think generally, just the.
I mean, it's a really tough task because we're dealing with one of the most loved games of all times, but also times are changing. The eco-theorisms, they are not as provocative or daring today as they were when the original came.
Yeah.
Like the whole theme with the planet dying is like feels. It's easy to accept that the eco-theorists are doing the things they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. How about you, John? Do you enjoy the remakes?
I love the remakes, actually.
Yeah.
I felt like playing through the original 7 and 8 and 9 and so on, I really felt like I can appreciate, how it's turn-based. And I like the visuals, I like the sound and everything, but I love the fact that it's better on the PS5 and the PS4 for the first part of the remake for me. And when it comes to the real-time fighting, that is right up my alley because Ninja Gaiden remake, or the Xbox
HD
original one
release. Yeah.
That one was amazing, and it's not really like that, but I love how it's a little bit reminiscent of it. And I love the fact that mini games and the quick time events, whatever thing with the orchestra and so on, and the Rebirth.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I did it. I get that trophy actually from the March. Yeah,
amazing.
No, but I really enjoyed, as you say, the combat system, like the flow of the combat, and you just feel so cool. No matter what you do, every time you finish a fight and Cloud just puts his sword back, like that. Still got that feeling, and the Rebirth was incredible, and maybe too many mini games sometimes I feel like can get in the way.
But they're really in your face.
Yeah,
all the mini games.
Yeah,
but
I had to cheat a bit with the fist fighting.
Oh, did you use a rubber band?
I didn't. I had some problems seeing, where the attacks were coming from and how to counter them, but then I read online that if you paused at the right second, it was easier to see and then defend yourself. I was a bit disappointed with the death of Eric. Like you said, Justin mentioned 10, and it doesn't matter how many times you've seen it. When he finds out that Yuna is going to die, it's still sad. And I cried so much when Eric died in the original, and I was shocked. I hadn't expected that. And then I played the Rebirth, and she died. Okay. Nothing. I felt nothing. It's like it was over in a second. It's like this isn't the least bit emotional.
Yeah. I think it's too... is this okay, this spoiler we're talking about for everyone? A huge spoiler.
You can edit it out.
Basically spoiling a game from 1997.
Yeah, we're talking about Rebirth here, but you completed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you too.
No, I gave up with all the mini games.
Okay.
But
So you're still in the story.
Knew that she was gonna... I don't care about
but for me, not going into details, but for me, I think, as I said, they make it so complicated with all the flashbacks and everything, and so, and it almost like they expect you to play the original, in a way, because they play around when it happens. Cloud saves her first, like, oh my god, I feel like every fan is going, but then you just realize it's from his perspective that he's being tricked by Sephiroth, and so it's still like this shock. But no, you have to be very careful when you have, like, in a way, ghost characters, in quotation marks, that you have characters that maybe can still talk to the main character in a way, or appear as guides and things like that, because that's also takes away from the impact, because they're still there in a way. We still don't know really why. It can just be manipulation. We still don't know. But it lessens the impact. Because when they're dead, gone. Stone cold, gone. Because then you have the impact.
And also in the original, I spent basically all my gear buying stuff for Eric, upgrading the equipment, the weapons, and then she died. I was like, my gear. But then with Rebirth, it was like the end of the second game. It didn't matter because you don't take anything with you to the third game.
No, and I think also for me, you have like 1 hour boss battle after that event, like for 1 hour, I think, for 50 minutes for me. So it's also like, oh, you're like dead tired after that battle, and then you're okay. Oh yeah, now it's emotional again. So I think the tone is a bit off, where it's very important to be like spot on there for them. But I really enjoyed the music though, because Unova comes as a boss like in the original, but they have like this like children's choir that's singing Aerith's theme. It's so beautiful. The music is insane in Rebirth and Remake. So, but yeah, it doesn't have the impact. It still doesn't have the impact. Sadly, no. Yeah, so we see what happens with part 3. Is it in 2 years it comes or something?
2008, I believe, yeah.
28, yeah. Okay.
2008, 2028.
28, yeah.
Are we playing 13.2 again? Have you changed the timeline?
Yeah.
There's a separate timeline. Yeah. I just got to think about this. What was it like? You mentioned about this, Elin, regarding the Final Fantasy VII Remake parts, that your progression is not being carried over to the next one. And I just feel like that is so dull. I would have liked some sort of more progression, because I do believe that you get an advantage if you're highly leveled in the last game and then you play the new one. But it really feels like you really have to grind up everything from scratch, and you have to make sure to get the amount of points to really have impacts with each and every materia.
And starting over with all the materia.
Yeah, it feels like a Metroid game at this point.
Yeah.
But also, we can detect a save file from the previous game. Here's a gift. You get a materia.
Yeah,
but all my stuff. All my stuff.
Yeah, that was pretty lame actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was true. Favorite villain? Not just the main, maybe, but do you have a favorite villain from the series?
Sephiroth,
of course. Yeah. You passed the test. No?
Has to be.
Yeah.
I don't. Oh my god! Do I really think like this? Let's see here. I've forgotten the name, so it can't be my favorite. Number 8 villain.
In 8.
Ultimecia.
Yeah, in 8.
The witch. Ultimecia. Yeah.
Here I'm speaking Swedish. But yeah, exactly. I remember there was this kind of plot twist. I remember, you really thought that you had solved the problem, but then she was still alive. And so you had to fight her by manipulating time in some way. And I remember that really threw me off, going like, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
It was really like, and she really felt like she was evil, not caring about anyone at all on the planet. Traditional kind of evil. But yeah, Sephiroth is amazing, by the way. But yeah, Ultimecia, beyond evil for me.
Yeah. Cool. Justin, do you have?
I will actually not say Final Fantasy X this time.
Hey.
But Seymour is a great boss.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Yes. But favorite bad guy, I would actually say Hojo. From Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
He's so twisted and weird and creepy.
Yeah, they really made a good version of him in the remake as well.
Yeah.
I think this creepy part, as you say, and he's basically the root of most of the evil with his experiments and stuff. Yeah, he's really good. I mean, of course, Sephiroth, biggest impact, absolutely. But I really enjoyed going back to number 6, Kefka, this mad clown. You have this court jester that just have these big ambitions, and you have this empire, and you have the emperor and everything, like very like Star Wars-y, the story. But then, like in the middle of it all, he just like kills the emperor and just takes over everything, and just like the world ends. He wants the world to end, this chaos. He wants to become a god of that world, and he becomes a god of that world. He actually succeeds what he sets out to do, And I really like that, the twist in the story, talking about, like, as we say, Aerith's death in the original. But here, like, the world ends in the middle of the game, and you have to, like, start your party, finding everyone, like, scattered. And, yeah, it's such a cool touch with the story, and this, speaking of voice acting, the first laughter in Final Fantasy was Kefka with like that, like Joker-ish laughter. It's such a cool character, and you never know where he's going to turn with the character. It's just completely insane in a way, like this, like a Joker, basically, like Heath Ledger's Joker. And I really enjoy that part. He's a good character villain. Yeah,
but they often have very well written villains. Almost as they are almost better at writing villains than the party characters.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a single Final Fantasy main villain that isn't well written.
No.
I do believe I had this one question. Yeah, regarding the Final Fantasy series, regarding the first of to the 16th game, but rather when it comes to World of Final Fantasy, Dissidia, Crystal Chronicles. Have you played any one of those other games?
Some.
Yeah. I bought the one for GameCube. What's that? Crystal
Chronicles.
Yeah, and to play that like normally, you needed 4 friends in the same room, and everybody needed 4 Game Boy Advances, because they needed a screen and an extra controller. And that happened, every day. No, so it was like you couldn't play it in single player. It was made to play with 4 players, so the game wasn't balanced. So I played it for 2 hours or something like that.
Same here. I also had it.
Because I liked the style when I saw the trailer. A little bit like 9, like the fantasy. But no, you couldn't play it. And I know they made a remaster of it a couple of years ago, but I don't think you can play it still. It still has.
You can play online.
Maybe more online. Yeah.
Then you will still have to find 3 friends that you can play with at the same time. I don't think that's the kind of game you can pick up and play for half an hour and then put it down and say, let's play again tomorrow.
Yeah. Do you have 12 hours on Tuesday to play Final Fantasy? Yeah, sure. No, that's true. So that one I played, but I don't think I've played any other ones, no.
Does Kingdom Hearts count?
Oh, that's a good question.
I do believe it does count, right?
Yeah.
Because you have the Final Fantasy characters, they're a bit mixed up. You have some characters from some games meeting up in Kingdom Hearts, and then you have other Kingdom Hearts characters, and then you have the next game.
Yeah. It's the same,
And then
story.
Suddenly Donald Duck gets a huge sword.
Yeah, that's a fun series, really. Have you played a lot of Kingdom Hearts? Or
I played the 3 main games.
Yeah, me too.
None of them.
None of them?
I do own them, though.
Yeah.
The first one is really, really good. The second one is pretty good. But the third one, I had a really hard time with the story because it felt like they just assumed that you know who this bad guy is, so he doesn't need an introduction. Because you have played all 17 spin-offs, so of course. So,
oh man.
But it was a good mechanic and level design wise. It was a really good game.
John, have you played any other ones, like you said, this more obscure?
I don't actually think that I have. But I've been very curious about, Chocobo Racing. For some reason, I didn't even know why I've been looking into the Dissidia games. And I'm excluding the smartphone games like, Final Fantasy Final Fantasy VII First Soldier, and Ever Crisis, and Dirge of Cerberus, and stuff like that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
So I got
any of these strategy games?
Yeah,
Tactics. Yeah. No.
They are really good.
I know they have a lot of fans, yeah. They should really re-release most of these games, like the obscure ones. Like, they have these treasure troves of games and don't release them. They are strange.
Like they've been doing with the Castlevania games, those compilations digitally. They seem to be an amazing result. They can play the game on a modern TV, and it's just an amazing experience.
It looks gorgeous, and the music and everything. It's perfect. Yeah.
I'm thinking there's this Saga series. They spell it with a big S and a big G. But it's I really don't like playing Game Boy games today. But I'm still curious about how it looks in comparison to a NES game or something like that.
Yeah.
So very curious. But I do actually own. Because I now remember, speaking of remakes, the number 3 and the number 4 has remakes on the DS, and I got the 4th one unopened.
This was really cool. I have never played it, but I like the graphics, the 3D, and also the pre-rendered video cutscenes looks incredible, and music is amazing, of course. So I think it's very good. They should definitely re-release it today. Yeah,
they should. What else is there to talk about? I had this very weird question, but I just figured it's so weird. Let's not even say it.
Say it.
No, you have to say it. No, you have to say it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So I'm thinking, controllers. Has there been any of the controllers for various systems that you prefer? This is built for Final Fantasy games. I felt turn-based Final Fantasy games for me the SNES controller. My absolute favorite because of, it's almost weightless, it's flat, and there's a directional pad, and it's super ergonomic.
I mean, I like the touchpad you get for PlayStation 5.
Oh yeah, that one was amazing too, and it really feels like number 16 and 15 was amazing with the PlayStation controllers as well. But do you have any takes on that question?
No, I just as you say, like we talked about, the series has evolved with the battles and the styles. So, I mean, now you have this like fluid feeling. I really like PS5 controller for the battles and everything. You have very good control over what you're doing, So even if it can be chaotic sometimes, but it's just evolving along with the other things. Yeah.
Justin, any thoughts?
I don't think I've played a Final Fantasy game that's not on PlayStation controller. Even when I played them on the computer, I have a USB PlayStation knockoff controller. As I played Tactics on the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, it sounds like that, yeah.
And the Crystal Chronicles on the GameCube controller. Yeah. But since it's 99% PlayStation controller, I don't really have much reference to compare with. So I would say generic PlayStation controller.
Yeah,
yeah, I can definitely understand that being 1, 2, and 3 is pretty much the same. And then it feels like my favorite controller is the 5th one amongst those. And it really feels like a PlayStation 1 controller. If it would have been possible playing Final Fantasy 16 with that, I would have never even tried.
But I have a question. Was there any game that left you surprised or confused or almost flabbergasted, like you didn't expect it?
You already know my answer.
No, but I would say, without spoiling too much, but coming back to 16, the way it ends, was really... I really enjoy when they do bold writing and take some turns with characters, they went there basically for the ending. I really enjoy that because sometimes it can be too safe, after the Final Fantasy 7 shock with Aerith, they played it a bit safe with 8 and not many shocks, maybe in 10 a little bit, but 16, okay, I was really pleasantly surprised by that. Yeah,
there was a lot of turns in that game.
Yeah.
I do actually thought of this answer right now because, Final Fantasy 1 I played through in the Pixel remasters. And this villain Garland, I felt because there are 2 encounters with him, and the first one is he's an average starting boss, and it felt okay, sure. And then you get the impression that you kill him, and then he's the last boss, and I go why did you go at me with your full might first time? You could have died permanently. So I just remember that. So Garland for Final Fantasy 1 really surprised me being alive for the end boss.
For me, it was 13.3 because, as I mentioned, I'm a collector. I do all the side quests as soon as possible, which means that whenever I meet the final boss, I'm so overgrinded.
So OP.
Yes. I just poke them and they die. But in 13.3, you couldn't do all the side quests because time was limited. You had to choose the side quests, and you couldn't save everyone. And at the same time, the world was ending. The end days were near. And you had these groups of very rich, very privileged people just ignoring the end of the world, partying. And it was almost disgusting. No one supported your cause. And it's no, that one hit hard. It was
wow.
But also, you couldn't do all the side quests.
Hate that.
Yeah. Justin, we mentioned it?
Yeah, the 10 ending in Final Fantasy 10, of course. But also, I think most Final Fantasy games have a pretty good twist at the end. Final Fantasy 9 is a really, really good twist. But it's the guy we thought was the bad guy wasn't really the bad guy. There was one above him.
15 didn't really have a twist.
No, that's true. That's true. That's a very straightforward game. I concede that's almost all Final Fantasies have a pretty good twist.
Yeah. If you could own one item in real life from a Final Fantasy game, what would that be?
A chocobo.
A chocobo.
The gunblade.
The gunblade.
Yeah. You're so violent, John.
Yeah, you're so violent, John.
What about you, Elin?
I would probably go with a Moogle.
Moogle.
Oh, yeah.
I would want to own the Tom Berry air freshener that they have in the scary house in Golden Saucer. I thought that was brilliant. Like it just walks and then and it just stays and it walks like that. I want that in real life. Yeah.
Oh yeah, adorable.
Yeah, adorable and deadly. So, yeah.
Speaking of Moogles, because I have no idea when it comes to the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Remake as you encounter the Moogles, because I do remember in the Japanese, with the Japanese speech, they always end a lot of their sentences with a made-up word, "kpo."
Yeah.
And it's like, do they say that in high pitch in English also?
Yeah. They say kupu a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kupo.
I've always wondered that. How does it sound like in English? Like, and why?
I think it means like mate, maybe.
Yeah, that's the way I interpret it as well.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Hey, Chupo.
Yeah. It feels totally anime to say something that doesn't exist just for the simple, like characteristic kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What did you think of the design of the Moogles in Rebirth?
They were scary as fuck.
Yeah, they were
Thank
scary.
you.
What kind of twisted nightmare is this?
Yeah.
They're meant to be cute and adorable.
Exactly. And they were a bit like, non-cute. And that's kind of interesting because in Japanese it's kawaii being cute, but when you say kawaii, it's scary. So it's kawaii. Or something like that. But yeah, I definitely agree that they weren't as cute as I'd like them to be.
So there was basically someone at the head office with really bad handwriting, and that's why they are designed the way they are.
Yeah, of course, yeah. That has to be that.
But also the side quest with them catching them and I thought that was tedious.
It was fun the first 2 times.
Yeah, but then it just get more and more extreme. Like, oh, come on. Like that.
Yeah, it felt like been there, done that.
Yeah.
And what was that in Gongaga in the Rebirth where it was like you had a bucket and you had this chicken or a rooster? I remember completing that.
Yeah. Worst side quest ever. Yes.
We have to save the world, but first, let's help the chickens get home.
Here's a string and a bucket.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my god! I was like, this is like looking forward to this rebirth. Oh, this epic journey. We get to see all these things. But no, you have a string and you have a bucket and you have to get the chicken. Come on, what do you expect? Like, I didn't expect that. That was one of the most unexpected things in Final Fantasy series.
Oh yeah,
like the bucket and the chicken. Like, okay, who came up with that? At a drunk temp at the Square office. I don't know. It was so strange.
They said every Final Fantasy has a good twist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That chicken will come back in the final boss against Sephiroth in part 3, I think, and help you out. Yeah.
The chicken is Sephiroth.
Is Sephiroth. It's in the skies.
It's a one-winged chicken.
Yeah. I just hear one with angel, but with chickens instead in the choir, like
yeah,
like so. Oh yeah, beautiful.
I've got an interesting question.
Yeah,
summons your favorite?
Oh, summons. Oh.
I'm thinking all games. I got to look at the list of summons because I do have a favorite.
Some of them are so epic that it's like, that's a hard choice.
Maybe Ultima in Final Fantasy VII, the original.
Oh,
that's a good.
Because I remember the first time you did the summon, the video was very long, like extended and very detailed, and then it became a bit boring because you had to replay it.
Yeah. But it was nice with like Knights of the Round when you got that.
You can go to the toilet while it's played.
Make some coffee. Like, you won the battle anyways.
How many summons are there?
This one lists all the... I found this Final Fantasy wiki.com, something like that. But they organize it by game, so I have to go down to number 7 and to find the name of this one. I do remember how it looks like, because it's like this kind of bull that has these elemental powers that changes, at least in the Rebirth one, depending on how you attack.
Kuja, what's it called?
Kujira. Oh, Kujata.
Something.
That was Kujata.
Like that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So that one was amazing.
Yeah, I always enjoyed Shiva's summon, usually very cool. There's one good thing about 8, I like that summon a lot, like her appearing and just this pose, just collecting all that energy, like arching back and then just releasing it forward like that. That was very cool, cool summon, yeah.
And they have started to give her clothes again. Because
Yeah,
if you look
why?
at
Come on.
7, 8, 9, 10, she gets less and less clothing for each game. Whereas in Final Fantasy X basically is almost naked with a shawl around.
To be fair, Jill was completely naked in 16. I think that was the first nude scene
true,
ever.
true.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Lots of Game of Thrones vibes in 16. Yeah. But it was cool. I think I like that with 16 that they became a part of you, basically the summons. That you have this insanely epic. I think 16 is the most epic of all the games. Like you're fighting battles, like huge landscapes or in space. Come on, in space with Bahamut. It's so cool. And then you use those skills in battle. It's a cool way to implement it, I think. Like compared to 8, when they're like, oh, this is very long. We make a function that you have to press if you want to boost the damage. Press this button so you have something to do while you watch this long animation. Like, I like your version in 16.
Yeah, I like it because they weren't just an extra attack anymore.
No, part of your character build in a way. That was cool.
Yeah.
What do you think about Odin as a summon? Because that always, I never know what to think about Odin.
I started to dislike him because I couldn't beat him in Rebirth.
Yeah, you have to have those revival earrings so you can.
I believe I had them, he still killed me. I could dodge one, but I couldn't dodge the
It's
second.
a very
okay.
unforgiving fight.
Yeah. And I don't think was it as powerful when you got him.
No,
it wasn't that powerful, right?
They never are.
No, they all looks posers, looks cool.
Like, this is the mightiest monster humankind had ever met, and then when you get them as summon, here is a big teddy bear.
Yeah.
Smother your enemies to death.
My standard attack is more powerful, but yeah, I liked in Rebirth that you have like this story with what's his face? This samurai summon. What's it called?
Oh yeah, that one.
The weird eccentric sword.
Yeah, the weird. Exactly, that's what the line says. Yeah, no, but like he says his own story in a way,
and his own island, his own part of the map.
Super cool. I like that. It was a nice touch. It wasn't Yojimbo, I think, was it? No,
that's
no, it wasn't.
It's a different one. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that I've gone through everything that I needed to talk about.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Something else you want to add to our Final Fantasy discussion?
Best and worst minigames for the series.
Yes, the worst. Oh. I really enjoyed the Chocobo racing in Rebirth. Like because lots of I've been spending a lot of time with Mario Kart on Switch. I was battling against crazy Japanese people online late in the evenings. So I felt like this was like a Mario Kart feel to it, the way you played it and the way you could use like different outfits that had different like attributes and stuff like that. I really enjoyed the Chocobo racing in the remake.
It was very well designed.
Yeah, and you learn to hate those gates with
the
cactuar. Yeah. Oh my god, I hate it so much. But it was fun, really fun. Yeah, that's the best. Worst. Yeah, chicken in a bucket. Chicken. In a bucket.
But that was a side quest, not a main
that's true. That's more like a side quest.
If they had made that into a mini game, I wouldn't buy the next one. Just a pure protest.
Yeah.
So.
For me, the worst one was the card game in 8.
Triple Triad, yeah.
Bloody hated it. Loved Queen's Blood. My favorite was probably the Dart game in Remake because it had this Nintendo Wii feeling to it.
Yeah, that's true.
It was quite simple to learn but difficult to master.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
John, yeah?
So I'm thinking for the worst, I am thinking it wasn't Triple Triad for me, same as yours. Well, I guess I have to pick. No. Maybe that fighting in the Golden Saucer in Rebirth. When we polygoner figures and it was, two buttons. Oh, I hated that.
Yeah.
And then for the best, playing the piano.
Piano.
That felt like a broken Guitar Hero attempt.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, some people are insanely good at that.
I was very bad, but I managed to get some grades.
Yeah.
I gave up on them. That's good.
Yeah, no, but I like that as a nice touch as well, just to immerse yourself into the world, like you just play piano and play these classical themes. Such a cool touch, you know. Yeah, but I wasn't good at it. I was horrible at it, but it was it was a nice touch, I think.
I think it was a good idea, but it wasn't very well designed.
No, I can agree with that. It
It's,
was a little bit too hard because of the joysticks.
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite NPC or companion throughout the series? You're gonna say Torgal, right?
Yeah, no, but I really liked, from speaking of 10, Oren in 10. Such a cool character, this world-wise warrior, and I just love the touch that he always has his arm like up in his clothing, like sort of resting his fighting arm basically, and just having this huge sword. And he was also like this mentor character for Titus. Oren is really good, I think.
This is one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
And you? Do you have a...
I'm thinking it's Vincent from Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, I agree.
Vincent, yeah.
It was amazing. I love the fact that he feels a little bit vampire-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they picked him from another game.
Yeah, exactly. And he got it. Yeah, he was the main protagonist in Dirge of Cerberus on the PS2, I believe.
Yeah.
I never played that game, but yeah. Anyways,
Played it. It was I suck at first-person shooters, and have you ever heard people that are good at FPS games that say it's very clunky controls in it? I would love to see a remake of it though, because it's a cool idea.
oh,
And,
nice.
Do you have a least favorite companion or NPC? Everybody says Chadley. He was horrible, actually.
Cloud, I've noticed that the progress is stalling.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cloud, have you been looking into this for me? I just want to play my game.
Yeah.
Stop harassing me.
Shut up, Chadley. Go home. Yeah, no, too much. Yeah.
There was this character for Final Fantasy 15. I remember it was the guy with blonde hair.
Prompto.
Yeah, Prompto.
Yeah.
And I just remember that he spoke too much in high pitch, and it felt like, please stop hurting my eardrums.
Do you have any special, Justin?
Least favorite companion.
Or NPC?
Yeah, or NPC. Shadley, of course, but I feel like he's at the top of everybody's list. Nobody likes Shadley, the poor thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, besides Shadley, I don't know.
No, it's hard, yeah. Well, one who becomes a horrible NPC if you play Final Fantasy VI, Sid in Final Fantasy VI. He's a good character, but there's a side quest with him after the world ends, and you wake up with one of the characters, Celeste, and Sid is resting in a house by the sea, and he's sick, so you have to get him to feel better. So you have to get out of the house, pick up some fish, and you go and feed him fish. And it takes like an hour to get him to get better. So I really started to hate him in that, and years later, I can see the world is ending before my eyes. I'm so depressed, but eat the damn fish, like stuffing him full with fish, and it takes so long.
He's basically a Tamagotchi.
Yeah, he's basically one of the first Tamagotchis. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, anything else you want to mention, Final Fantasy-wise?
No, I'm good.
No, we've been talking for an hour and a half.
Yeah, time flies when you talk about Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Really good talk today. Nice to have you guys here.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you're always welcome. And Elin, your first time here today.
Yeah, my first time.
Yeah, you have to come back. You have to talk more about Final Fantasy or something else.
Oh, then we want more DLCs.
More DLCs. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so thank you so much for our listeners out there for listening and supporting our channel. We appreciate it very much. John, do you have something you want to add today?
No, I just think, of course, I just agree that thank you for listening and stay tuned for the next one.
Yeah.
And, play more Final Fantasy games like 7.
Yeah.
Or 15.
or 15.
Yeah. Keep on playing.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.